thank you again on behalf of Maserati for being here. Tonight we are going to talk about the new Grancabrio. You are going to drive both in full electric named Folgore, but also in the ICE version called Trofeo with the V6 Nettuno engine. Let me introduce our expert for tonight. We have, from a design point of view, we have Quentin Amore. He's working in the Centro Stile in Torino and will give us a deep overview in terms of design. Then we have, from a product standpoint, we have Victor Eumenidi over product science, and from a technical point of view, from our engineering team, we have Marco Adamo. So I think I talked enough. I think it's Quentin time now. So Quentin, your time, and you know what you have to do.
Yes.
Thank you.
Here with you tonight in order to introduce you to the latest member of our lineup, the Grancabrio. What is important to know is that Grancabrio is born in parallel with Gran Turismo, as both cars were developed at the same time. Let's talk about design. What strikes you the most when you start to look at this car? Exclusive proportions, this long hood, and the typical Maserati construction, with the central volume generated from our iconic front grille, with added fenders on top of it. Now, when we approached the design of this car, about the exterior, we wanted to create visual longevity. This means that the car needed to look good today, tomorrow, but also for many years to come. In fact, here, we did not intend to follow trends. We wanted to create timeless and unique design in order to be able to dress two best-in-class technical layouts. Because if the car is one, the souls are two. On one side, Trofeo, that carries nothing less than the MC20 engine, our beloved Nettuno. And on the other side, Folgore, the first Grand Tourer Cabrio 100% electric. Folgore means lightning in Italian. Now, let's have a deep look on the design. In the front fascia of the car, you will see some similarities with the halo car of our lineup, the MC20. Come closer. For example, you can see the very low and very wide grille with vertically mounted headlamps that then carry the updated lighting signature that you will see on the rest of the lineup. MC20, Grecale, Gran Turismo. And then the hood. I was mentioning the hood before to talk about the proportions, but this is not a normal hood. This is what we call a cofango. Cofango is a mix of two words in Italian. It means cofano, hood, and parafango, fender. And the result is this masterpiece of more than 3 square meters. Well, different needs lead to different design. And this is especially true for the front area of the car. In fact, if you have a better look of the front grille, on the Trofeo version, it is mostly open, with the typical vertical bars that you see on many Maseratis. On the Folgore, instead, we had a different approach. Here we started out as a full surface that has been carefully crafted and perforated just in order to let the right amount of air going through. Not 1 centimeter square more. It just shows that on one side we looked at pure performance and aggressivity, and on the other, technical feel. Now, if you have a look at the lower fascia of the car on both sides, here is where the major differentiation happens. Because on one side, the Trofeo version, you will see big and aggressive air intakes, because we needed also to feed air to the intercoolers. While on the Folgore, none of that was needed. In fact, here we are in the territory of aero efficiency. This means that we worked with our engineering team in order to find the right balance and find the perfect sections to better the aero. And of course, you will see some air intakes, the little ones in the corner, but they are here to redirect the airflow from the front of the car towards the side. Now, since we are talking about the side of the car, we can have a quick look at the wheel designs of both these cars. The wheel design is inspired from our Tridente, our logo. We are extremely proud of it. In fact, while the inspiration and the design can seem similar, here the missions are different. On one side it's about lightness, on the other one, you guessed it, aero efficiency. This section here is much more flat, and when the wheel turns, it acts as a disc, which better the aero efficiency. Then, last but not least, with the exterior, of course, you can see our typical 3 outlets behind the front wheel. They are here and they are on Maseratis since 1947. The first time they were showcased were on the A6 1500 Berlinetta from Pininfarina. Well, they are still here, like on many Maseratis, but there is a twist. On the Folgore version, they became digital because they light up and they are part of the welcome light. This is something you will be able to see tomorrow. Just a few words about the interior. We like to say that the best way to judge an interior is to experience it. So, of course, this is something you will be able to do tomorrow when you will drive both cars in this beautiful region with the fantastic events that our team created for you. And design-wise, what I can say, and maybe you can come closer so I can show you in depth a few elements. Design-wise, for the interior, it is all about balance of the opposites. Because on one side, you have all the curated material and Italian craftsmanship that you expect of a Maserati. And on the other side, state-of-the-art technology. For example, on the Folgore version, you can find, somebody needs to open the car. Thank you, Victor. You wanted to live with the car, that's why. You can find the Econil. Econil is a material that has been created out of nylon waste. And on top of that, we lasered a parametric design. So for us, Econil represents Folgore, because on one side, it's sustainability. On the other one, it is pure technology. Now, it is time for me to leave the stage to Victor from product planning. Thank you.
Always I'm starting my speech with one consideration. The Gran Turismo is the car that is defining the Maserati brand, and we are very proud of that car. And the only way to amplify the Gran Turismo spirit, the Gran Turismo emotion, is to create an open top experience of that car, and this is the Granca브리오. If we look back to our roots and to our heritage, we see that most of our Gran Turismo cars had an open air version. And that's because our customers and these kind of cars are really strongly related to the emotion that an open air car can give. So since the beginning we started with this project with 4 main pillars in our mind. The first one is the concept of elegance, the second one is the concept of usability, the third one technology, and the last but not least performance. Starting with the concept of elegance, Quentin explained a lot about the design of the car. I would like especially to talk about the interior and interior materials and content. So in terms of material, basically everything you are going to touch tomorrow on the car is real material. Full leather interior on the ICE, on the Trofeo, and here the Econil interior Quentin was mentioning before. Also, you will find real exposed carbon fiber. On the electric car, you will see also the copper wire embedded in the carbon fiber. We left the carbon fiber without a clear coat, just to give a more 3D and a more intense sensation while touching the material. Another very important thing for us are the shift pedals. So, as you can see, we kept our iconic aluminum shift pedals. Also on the BV, for sure, for another feature that is not the gearbox anymore, but is the regenerative braking. So tomorrow when you are going to drive the electric version, the Folgore, you can try our regenerative braking using the shift pedals, approaching a curve, increasing the level of regenerative braking, and then releasing the car after the curve. The second pillar, usability, it might seem a little bit strange for a car like this, but actually this is a quite usable car. Gran Turismo, Grancabrio is coming as standard with air suspension, and therefore all the cars will come with the lifter function that is capable to lift the car 25 millimeters up to 50 kilometers an hour in order, to avoid to scratch the car or to go into a dirty road if you are somewhere outside the city. Always talking about usability, we have a capot, a full-size capot in this case, that is capable of being open and closed in 15 seconds, so quite fast. And at the same time, we included as standard on the Grancabrio the neck warmer function. Third pillar, technology. So Grancabrio's got all the best technology that we have in-house. So latest version of MIA, Maserati Intelligent Assistant. Maserati Intelligent Assistant is based on digital instruments, like for example the cluster, the full TFT cluster, fully configurable, the big infotainment display, and the comfort display on which you will find all the main controls of the car, starting from climate controls up to the capot controls, for example. Last but not least, our watch, Maserati watch, has been renewed. Now it's digital, it's smart, and you can visualize also different kind of information. On the electric car, there is also the possibility to visualize the state of charge. Last point, but I mean very, very important, is performance. The Grancabrio Folgore is the fastest open-air electric car on the market, 290 kilometers of top speed and 0 to 100 in 2.8 seconds. All of this is combined with what we like to call the Maserati factor, no? So the handling capability of the car, that is strictly related to the architecture and the way the battery is positioned. Later Marco will fully introduce you to the technical side of the car. Talking about the Trofeo, again, we have the educated version of our V6 Nettuno, educated because it's got cylinder deactivation, so it's capable to run in certain circumstances in 3 cylinders. Also, this car is all-wheel drive. They are both all-wheel drive. Top speed of 316 kilometers per hour. Both cars are all-wheel drive. First of all, with the all-wheel drive on the V6, and second, this car has got 3 electric motors, so 1 in the front and 2 in the rear. With the 2 in the rear, you are going to have a lot of fun tomorrow, especially with the settings of the torque factory function. Now, I would like to leave the stage to Marco for the technical part.
I've been the technical manager of this car since the early design of the car. The guys explain you there are 2 different vehicles with 2 different souls. I'm gonna tell you how this has been done from a design standpoint. First of all, starting with the architecture. That's a brand new architecture for Maserati. One of the great achievements we have is related trying to reach the best performance on the weight. 65% of the material is aluminum. There are a lot of different technologies in the aluminum, a lot of exotic material and special technologies to make the car very light, and special technologies also in the joint. Again, back to the 2 soles, as the guys say, the cars from outside looks very similar. You probably have noticed the same ride height, the same approach to the road. That's ICE, that's a BV. How this is possible? Possible because from the beginning in the design phase, this architecture have been able to hospitate the BV in the empty space of the IC. That looks pretty obvious from an engineering standpoint, but it's not so easy to do. The biggest benefit here is all the big weights are in the center, in the neutral axis of the car, and these have a great benefit in the dynamic. You will experience tomorrow, I'm sure you will appreciate. Although the BEV is more heavy, as usual, because of the battery, I'm pretty sure you will not feel this. Another ingredient to get these results is how to control the car. So on this new generation, we have what we call VDCM, is the Vehicle Domain Control module. It's our brain at the end. In the years, we have always increased our capability and parameters in doing controls of the car. Here is our pinnacle, especially on the BEV, because we are able to do what we have never done before. I think it's the state of the art. 2 motors behind, Victor was saying you before, are completely independent. Any kind of freedom on the torque vectoring, giving the feeling of agility together with the weight distribution that you will experience tomorrow. I want to tell you something more also on the Cabrio. You have seen the soft top. It was again an important strategic decision since the beginning to use a soft top. There are many reasons behind, but a couple of are pretty important to know. So first, from a design standpoint, we had the flexibility and the possibility to give a very nice shape that would not be possible with the different technologies. And the other big benefit is the roof. The soft top is very compact. Here the idea of this car was have 4 real seats, going out with friends, experience the open air. Again, the trade-off was keep ergonomy here without compromising the volume in the luggage compartment. In the luggage compartment we have a special system that we call a cargo spacer. Means when the car have closed roof, you can activate it and gain additional 40 liters of volume in the luggage compartment. That's very useful, especially if you are traveling with the family maybe. I spoke a lot about performance, but the idea of Maserati, you know, the combination of performance and comfort are crucial, so we worked a lot making this car very comfortable, although the soft top. So a lot of work has been done on the insulation of the soft top, making sure the MVH is the best, and also on the airflow. Neck warmer, as mentioned before, is very helpful, especially of course in the spring or in the night when the temperature drop, to keep temperature of your body and of the car. I would say that's pretty much. Of course, there would be a lot to say, but I invite you to ask me any kind of question if you have.
So what about the weight distribution in front and rear?
50-50,
Yeah.
49-51, really very neutral. And again, is thanks to how this architecture is capable to adapt to the different configuration and different chassis.
What is the name of this platform?
This platform has been developed and was new and fully dedicated to Gran Turismo and Gran Cabrio.
So there's no specific name for this platform.
Do we have a code name? I don't remember.
I read something like Gran Turismo's family, but at the end, yes, it's a duality of Gran Turismo and Gran Cabrio. They were spawned together and designed together, making sure we was able to achieve all the performance and the needs of all, trying of course to do synergies and optimization.
Okay.
That's our scope.
And Marco, is the weight distribution exactly the same on Gran Cabrio and on Gran Turismo, on the two variants, like 49, 51 on the coupe?
I will check the numbers precisely, but I think yes.
You can see how. Spiegagli un po' la.
Yeah, a lot of work has been done also in positioning the engine, trying to get as lower as possible. The differential have been designed at the same level of the engine, and also the steering gear have been positioned in order to lower the engine at the maximum possible. As for the BEV, that's one of the ingredients to make this car very good in the aerodynamics.